Probably can't even tell how obnoxious my hair is in this, and that's probably for the best. Hi friends, it's Gwen. Welcome back to my channel. Today I'm here with a super sassy bun that you really can't see, so that's kind of a good thing. I'm here to review Emergency Contact by Mary H.K. Choi, and as you can tell by the title of this video, I was not really a fan. So this is going to be a little bit of a rant review. So if you don't know what this story is about, it's about our two main characters, Penny Lee and Sam, and how basically they bump into each other, they exchange telephone numbers, and their relationship is done through texting, which seems like a really cool premise. However, there was not nearly enough texting, and there's so much more I can talk to you about, so let's get into it. So as you can tell from the title, I'm here to rant about this book. I'm not a fan, so if you're here to defend it, save yourself the time and energy, save me the time and energy, and just don't. Just stop. And just, I don't hate you. I don't hate the author. I don't even hate the book. I'm not trying to get views. I'm not being paid for this. I'm not trying to cause any drama. I'm just offering my different opinion on a very popular book I've been seeing across BookTube. So with all of that being said, it is a gorgeous, beautiful cover. Let's zoom in on that. It is so pretty, like I can't even stand it. Plus, it was described as a guy and a girl having a texting relationship. Those two things, beautiful cover, story that sounds pretty cool, sign me up. Set in Austin, Texas, Emergency Contact follows Penny Lee and Sam as they navigate life. It touches on deeper topics such as anxiety, homelessness, alcoholism, rape, and pregnancy, but it's completely overshadowed by all of the angst and drama. Also curious if the story would have been better from Sam's perspective. So I still think about that quite often, and I think I may have liked it a little bit more. Let's go ahead and talk about the things I liked, because there were things I liked about this. So on the surface, the characters seemed really cool. They're diverse characters. They have hobbies and interests. They're college-age kids. They're pursuing these liberal arts degrees, and Penny is a Korean-American teenager. She's an introvert. She wants to be a writer. She's starting her first year of college. Now let's talk about Sam. Sam is a little bit older. I think he's in his young 20s. He's been kicked out of his home. He's working at a coffee shop. He's a really good baker. He lives above the coffee shop. And he's really interested in filming documentaries. I really do like their texting relationship. Because of the nature of this relationship, they're able to let their guards down a little bit quicker than maybe you would if you were just having a normal relationship with someone face to face. They kind of confide in each other. They talk about things that they probably just wouldn't talk about, cover topics such as what's going on in school, what they're doing day to day, how the relationship is with their mother, and both of their relationships with their mother are a little off. Something's off with each of them, so it gives them someone to talk to about that. However, with texting on the cover and it being sold as a texting relationship, there wasn't nearly enough texting in my opinion. Well, there is a quirky romance story, but there's just no justice for the deeper topics that happen in here. He was assaulted, and it's used as this big revelation, this big reveal. However, even though she's starting this kind of relationship with Sam, it really doesn't touch on how that assault is currently affecting her, and being in a new relationship and moving forward with something like that, you think that's something that would kind of dredge up those feelings and those thoughts, and you'd want to confront it and work through it. I'm not saying by ignoring it and suppressing it, that's not a valid thing that happens. I actually wrote this little thing down that says, I'm not saying it's not a valid or real response, but I think a bigger discussion should have happened regarding that, other than just dropping, hey, Penny got raped. There's a responsibility to cover those things in more full detail, and I just don't think that that was given the respect that it deserved. I'm very detached from it and very embarrassed by it. And like I said, real response, but just there was no finality to that. I don't think she's worked through it yet as a character, and I don't know if she will if she keeps having that same response. So some other things that I don't like about it, I listed them here on paper. Girl on girl hate. Every character in this book, there's only 2 male characters, one of course being Sam, and there's this other minor character that's male, but everybody else in this book is female, and they all don't get along in one way or another. Even the mothers to their children and the mothers in relationship to the side characters. It's just very weird. Sam and Penny are also super judgmental, and you wouldn't think that they would be coming from like their backgrounds. After you get to know them more, you think they'd be a little bit more open-minded, especially like going to college and dealing with the things that they've had to deal with in their life, kind of like knowing their backstory. You would think that they'd be like the least judgmental people, but they're super judgmental, and that's not cool. I also think that like nobody understands them and they're so different from everybody else out there. No, honey, you're not a special snowflake. Moving on. Also, I really didn't like the fact that Sam was just like in his 20s and he's looking down at Penny because of her age, thinking she's so inexperienced. She has no idea, you know, how to handle things or what he's going through or anything like that. It's just so naive. And I really didn't like Penny's low self-esteem. She had no confidence. She had low self-worth, and she always, like, when she would talk about Sam, she'd be like, I don't know how this super cool godlike guy can be into someone useless as me. So it was just kind of like whiny, and like it didn't deal with the bigger topics, and there were just like lines thrown in here or there that just like really bothered me. There was she thought Sam was gay at first because he had small hands. There was another thing about Australians in here. There was just like little lines thrown in, like, really? It just made you seem more stupid than you really needed to. Like, not talking about the author, talking about the characters. No, just like overall I was really disappointed. So the beginning was like super slow because I thought it was going to be like this quirky romance story and set in college, and it was, but it took a long time to get there. So the beginning was very slow, and I rated it 2 stars. The beginning was super slow because of this whole I got a new Apple iPhone thing, and it's just so boring and so dull. You're like, get on with the actual storyline. And then the ending, like, I really did like the ending more. I would have rated it more of a 4 stars, even though it didn't like cover some of the things I wanted it to, even though things didn't go like as I was hoping they would, and things weren't wrapped up perfectly. So my original rating was like 3 stars, but the more I sat with it, the more I realized there was more and more things about it that I just didn't really like at all. But like I said, there were some redeeming qualities, so I ended up rating this story 2 out of 5 stars. So like I said, this is just my personal opinion. I was looking at it a little bit more critically than maybe some other readers. Contemporary romance stories are like some of my favorites, so I was so sad that I had to rate this beautiful book 2 stars. But that's all for my rant review of Emergency Contact by Mayor H.K. Choi. I hope you have enjoyed, even though maybe you have a difference of opinion, and that's fine. Leave me your comment down in the comment section down below. Don't forget to check me out on all of my other social media. But I hope you're all having a lovely day, and I'll see you again in my next video. Bye!